Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining. Give us a minute. We need to breathe. It's been a day. You can probably tell we're running a little behind. Technical difficulties, all that fun stuff that seems to happen every other week for us. So, okay. Oh, that echoed. Look at that.
You need more cushioning.
Anyway. Yeah, well, just don't get me started. I gotta take out like this whole wall and just put up mattresses to absorb all the audio. All right. So, thanks again for joining us. We are continuing our campaign tonight of our Adventures in Middle-earth. And let's see here. It looks like we have another session in a row where all but one person has inspiration. So, Fig, would you like to give us a recap of last week?
Oh, sure.
I'll give you some undertone music as you guys return to Osgiliath here.
Oh, spoiler alert, we made it to Osgiliath. We left, well, we started last session already being on our way back to Osgiliath, but before we got too far, we stopped on the way to Amon Lank because we all managed to remember that Mana Ame had asked for us to pick up a shipment for her that was kind of delayed or otherwise, or just waiting for it to reach her. So we did. We met someone whose name I don't remember, who was captain there. Lachion. Yes, I remember that. Never mind. And we chatted with him for a little bit about the state of Amon Lank. And are you fucking kidding me? I just closed the door and now you want out? And so the elves were actually leaving Amon Lank, and they were saying that it was they were just kind of abandoning it. You know, there didn't seem to be a whole lot of like attention paid to it anymore, so to speak. And so on and so forth. Fig went up to one of the trees there and tried to like get a vibe nature check from the tree, and with Yavanna's help, she learned that there was kind of an illness stirring in the area, that the area of the forest was getting sick and whatnot, but there was nothing they could do about it. It was quite frankly up to the elves if they decided to come back and do some healing or whatnot. So that was that. But in the end, we got the supplies we needed for Mana Ame, and then we continued our way back toward Osgiliath. And thanks to Lachion, he warned us of Wainwriters being out and about and potentially being a threat. So he recommended a certain route for us to take moving forward, which was going more east, if I remember correctly. Or no, Wainwriters were coming from the east. Anyways, he recommended a different route for us to take to try to avoid them, and which we kind of did, but that also had us go through the Dead Marshes, I think it's called, once just kind of north-ish of Osgiliath. And so we got there, and that became problematic because not only was it spooky AF, but Kevin, but Cirion managed to notice a certain body of someone, of an individual that was wearing, I think it was one of the battles, I don't remember which one, a man in armor of one of the last battles from, like, you know, God knows how long ago, and it looked just like Rador, and in fact it was Rador, basically. So now all of us are like, what? So
Debating if I want to be muted for this.
Pretty sure it was the Battle of the Last Lines. So that was a big new update on everything. Now all of us are like, that's nice. And Cirion also found a chest in a broken down carriage right nearby that body, so he decided to take a look, and right as he was kind of pulling the things he found from it, zombies attacked, and that was a problem because we needed our horses alive, and we also had Maerwyn. So while the few of us were more than capable of taking care of a mob of zombies, we had, kind of really special people on us and animals. So it became actually quite the challenge to keep all horses alive on top of keeping Maerwyn safe, but we managed. We almost lost a horse, but things happen. And we did have to roll a shadow, what was it? A corruption saving throw. So some of us, at least I know I did, got some more shadow points from that. So it was a not fun time in the Dead Marshes, but that's all in the past now because we just arrived to Osgiliath, and that's what I got.
It was only you who got shadow points.
Just me?
Just
oh, okay.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you for the recap. You may take your inspiration for this.
I'll use it right away.
5 points to anybody in chat that can tell me what does Amon Lonk become. Hasn't been mentioned in any session, so don't even think about that. This is legitimately just
I
a
almost
random
said
trivia
that
question.
too.
5 points to everybody out there. So yes, thank you, Fig, for that. You guys did swipe a few goodies from the Dead Marshes, so it wasn't all for naught.
One of which I'm going to use and one of which Cirion's going to use. I asked for them both in the last session, and Cirion was like, fuck off!
You can fuck off.
I stand by that statement. Oh, we'll cover that in Osgiliath.
It was pretty funny.
All right. Well, we can definitely handle that in session and at any point whenever you so choose. And we'll say about midday, with the 3 horses alive, one probably a little bit worse for wear, but with a wagon and yourselves along with Maerwyn, you do catch Osgiliath in sight as you ride through the dirt paths of Ithilien that sort of wind around through the forest, and eventually the main road comes into a connection to the eastern gate of Osgiliath that sits widely open this early afternoon. And after a brief interaction with the guards, who seem to know the two of you, the two Gondorians for the most part, and some standing orders from Turgon, you're allowed through. So you've returned to Osgiliath. What would you like to do?
Well, let's head straight to Maneame. We have her supplies after all.
She'll be looking for them.
Also,
We're hoping to get them.
Also, can I carry that horn you found? Did?
Oh. Or wait, hold on. Let me look for it. I know I got it here somewhere. Oh, here it is.
Oh, funny.
So I'll look at Malvhor, and I'll look at the horn and go, yeah, I've always been better with the musical instrument. And
I have.
I'll hand Malvhor the horn and go, better take care of that. We did almost lose a lot for it.
Oh, don't worry, I'll take care of it. I've took care of my harp.
Yes, you did.
Minas Arenol. Okay.
Yeah, I'll pass the horn over to Malvhor, give it to him.
Okay.
Wonderful. And I will just tuck that away with my harp.
I will go ahead and make sure that only appears in your inventory, Malvhor, so everyone else doesn't get confused about who has it.
Wonderful.
What's that? You got the horn, correct?
Yes, the horn of Minas Arenol.
Okay. Wonderful. Okay. And for all of you out there wondering, the 5 points has not been claimed. The answer is Dol Guldur.
I almost mentioned the Easter egg you dropped too last session while we
That
were
Easter
there.
egg's only for you guys. No one catches that. Especially since it was a character that didn't
Yeah.
exist when we streamed last time.
Dor Baudur. Yeah, let's just go to Mana Ames. And I will lead the wagon to Mana Ames unless someone physically stops me.
Can I grab him by the collar, like jokingly?
Sure.
Just grab him for a brief second. Go. You're like, ah, just kidding. Let's go.
When he grabs me by the collar, can I pretend like I fucking die?
Give me a performance.
I give an insight check to know he's fucking around.
Not just die, but fucking die.
24.
Oh.
Come on, I gotta roll a nat 20.
Natural one,
Yep.
please.
I killed him. He dead. He's dead, and I'm glad.
Yeah, you think you might have heard a few bones pop in that tug, and he just sort of goes limp for a minute.
And then I just go, I gotcha.
Yeah, walk it off. Let's go.
How's Maerwyn doing?
You just looking her over?
Yeah.
Give me an insight check.
What's her vibe? It's my vibe check. That's all I do as Fig. It's not
You're
insight,
not even
it's
proficient
vibe.
in vibes.
A tabletop RPG
No.
with one skill, vibes.
I'll tell you what, these vibes are given a hard 7.
I don't know what that means, other than the obvious. Okay.
I mean, she seems exhausted mostly. It's been a long round trip flight for her, so she's probably a little horse-drawn wagon lagged.
Yeah. I'll
At
reach
least we
over.
really haven't changed time zones.
No.
I'll reach over and I'll just give her like a small kind of like pat and rub on the back.
Okay.
Anyway, after that mild interruption by Cirion, I continue driving the wagons to Mana Ames.
Okay. It's simple enough. You're on the eastern side of Osgiliath, which is where the Houses of Healing reside. You maneuver the wagon through the stone streets with Fig and Cirion riding alongside on Cirion's horse. And it's not long. You guys come to a marble building that's giving off the slight smoke coming from the windows, and like a white smoke, and just the scent of like burning herbs and boiling water sort of thing. You go inside and sort of ask around, or whoever goes inside and asks around.
Malvhor does.
Yeah, it's not too long. There that is, looking for something here. That you find Mana Ame comes around the corner to respond to your summons. She's sort of like wringing her hands off of a cloth on the side of her belt as she walks towards you. Oh, good morning, good day. It's been some time.
You miss us?
Where did you come from?
He does that
Oh, fair
sometimes.
enough.
He can be very quiet, surprisingly.
I don't say, for his stature. Very well. What brings you here?
Well, we brought supplies from Lakion that you asked for.
You did?
As much as we could fit in the wagon.
Oh my word, let me see.
Yeah, they're shuttering the fort.
Oh, that's
I'm
a
on lock.
shame. It is a shame. understand it was a capital city for the longest time for the Sylvan Elves.
It is a shame. It is beautiful, and I'm glad I had the opportunity to see it before it was fully abandoned.
Perhaps in time the King Thranduil will restore it to its former glory, but, well, I'm sure he has much on his mind these days. But come, let's see what you brought me.
Yeah, take her to the cart.
She follows you outside, and she is immediately taken aback by the amount of supplies. She wasn't really expecting a cart, maybe like a satchel or two of supplies, but definitely not a cart. As she takes a moment to sort of take it in, she sort of leans back inside and summons a few attendants to come help and begin unloading. This is marvelous. This will definitely go to great use around here for us. And I'll be sure to issue some form of payment for your hard work. I'm sure this was not on your list of things to do.
I mean, compared to the other things we had to do, this was a cakewalk.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. With all these supplies, these herbs, and so many more vials to work with. These herbs here, they don't even grow in this region. This is fantastic. I'll tell you what, give me some time. I will whip up a variety of things for you to help you on your further journeys, and I'll send it along as early as I can.
Oh, okay. So if we continued on to Pelargir, you could send it to there?
I can send it with a runner, and just tell me where to send it, and I can absolutely have it dispatched.
We will returning to Pelargir, hopefully shortly. I can't say exactly
Very
when,
well.
but we have to get the little one home.
Very well. I think we can definitely secure a runner. If you're willing to leave the wagon itself, that might... Actually, no. We won't need the wagon. What am I talking about? A runner or somebody from the stables here with the guard will be able to deliver such a package to you.
Ah, perfect. Thank you, Maname. I appreciate you going through the effort of having that delivered to us.
Oh, no, thank you. You've done me a great service. Much of these herbs don't grow in this region, and those that do don't have quite the properties that are beneficial to what we've been dealing with down here, especially since the Great Plague sort of wiped things out some time ago. And, well, Thilian and Minas Ethel, the way it's been these days, it's hard-pressed to find a day where we don't have somebody in these halls that garner our attention.
Indeed. It seems there are many dangers roaming the lands nowadays.
Unfortunately, it does seem to be that way. I think the rangers out in Ithilien probably are more aware of that than any of us in here.
Silver lining, though, the vampire that attacked Osgiliath won't be bothering anybody anymore.
That is definitely a relief to hear. That was a harrowing event, and I didn't witness it myself, but I heard and saw the end results of many of a victim from that day. So it's good to hear that that will no longer be an issue.
Well, I won't keep you any longer. Let me help carry some of this stuff inside for you.
Oh, sure, thank you. As you sort of begin helping along some of the attendants, she looks towards you, Cirion. How have you been? How have you been feeling lately? Since the last time we talked, I think a lot has been weighing on you.
A lot better. Thank you, milady. After much reflection and talking, and thanks to you, originally, for all your help, it helped me gain some clarity.
I'm glad to hear it. Well, if you ever need of anything, or an ear or two to listen, you're always welcome here.
Cirion gives a smirk. Thank you very much.
Fig, dear, and you?
What?
Lost in thought?
Oh. Yes, there is a lot on my mind.
Yes, you seem different somehow. There's an air to you.
Do I smell that bad?
Not what I was getting at, but now that you mention it,
Oh.
a bit ripe, yes. But you've been
Oh.
away for the better part of a month at this rate. It's not entirely shocking.
I can get that fixed.
That's a funny way to phrase it.
I can get that fixed.
You do note that when she switched to talk to you, she is speaking Cinderin.
Oh.
So I probably should preface that.
It's fine. She's still bad.
There's nothing to fix it. You know, it's fine. Here, and she pulls out a small bushel of like rosemary from her pouch and a few flowers. Here, have this. It's an aromatic. It might help in just being in the vicinity.
I just start like wafting it around me.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you again so much. And as you sort of finish off with the assistants, Malvhor, and get everything sort of stowed away in like a side storage room inside that's removed from sunlight and sort of cool, the three of you come back. Well, thank you again. And I don't wish to hold you here unless you have any pressing business. I'm sure you're very eager to return to Pelargir.
Yes, I am very much eager to return. And it was my honor to assist you, Maname.
Thank you so much. This will not go unnoticed. I will return the favor, and you can look for the runner in a few days' time as soon as I have a moment to take stock of the inventory and get to work.
Wonderful. Well, take care, and I would wish you safe travels, but you're not traveling anywhere.
Not to my knowledge.
And Malvhor will take the cart and leave.
Okay.
Now we could all ride in the cart, except for the fact that somebody needs to ride the spare horse.
Well, that's Cirion's horse.
So,
He probably doesn't want to ride in the car anyways.
is there
I want my horse.
Yeah.
is there anything else we need to do in Osgiliath?
You either owe me a tavern here, bitch, or in Pelargir.
I will note that while I do indeed owe you a tavern, the time frame of payment was not agreed upon.
The time frame of my hand upside your head is definitely going to be agreed upon if you don't collect, bitch.
I mean, we'll settle this, and until then, I'll just cover your ale.
Ooh. We never agreed on a time frame. Okay, let's go.
I mean, if I have no money, I have no money, and you're out of luck.
I do remember.
We'll just offer you.
What?
We'll just offer him. Don't worry about it.
Gross.
Not like that.
Oh, what did you mean then?
Wash dishes or no?
Hey, I could probably pay for some ale with,
Or he can
with
sing in the bar.
Exactly,
I don't know.
right? I can
Well,
perform.
Jesus, we go. That's the first thing.
I
You
mean, I
said
can
offer
perform
his.
or I can perform.
What else was I supposed to think?
Oh, you're still learning.
I know some words. I just can't talk well.
So, anything else we want to hit up in Osgiliath? I'm just hard steering us away from that conversation.
I was actually wondering about any updates with Cirion.
I was gonna suggest that we talk to Captain Turgon.
I agree. He also said he would give us 5 gold if we came back.
So it'd be good to update him on a couple current threats are no longer a threat.
But
Indeed.
also see if Baldur got more of that note.
You hear a bunch of ladies in the background. Ah.
Fig just watches everyone in front of her swoon, and she's just like.
She
also knows what she did, so she's just smirking.
Is it hot out today, or is it just me?
Whew.
It might just be you if Cirion was about to offer you a service.
You know, and I swear, anytime anyone mentions the name Byradol, the temperature gets like a couple degrees warmer.
But perhaps they might have more information on the Cat's Eye before we go confront Dorsey and whoever this Rador now is.
Confront is a strong word, but I like where your heart's at.
I will still confront them.
Fig, we'll talk. Confront them with you if I have to.
Oh yeah, we'll all be there together for sure.
I had hoped so.
This Rador is a traitor is the best spot.
Well, could someone be a traitor if they were, say, a spy from the beginning?
True.
My biggest concern is if a Rador is already dead, then I am concerned what dark entity who we've been meeting actually is.
Indeed, that is concerning. But I would just like to reiterate, they don't know what we know yet. So if we stay on friendly terms for a little longer, we might be able to squeeze out a bit more useful information or get a bit further. But I'm just really interested in what might be in that basement.
I am as well. Perhaps someone can distract them in conversation while someone else goes downstairs.
Distract? Ha ha! I'm your man. Well, off to Captain Turgon then.
The barracks.
No, no, no.
You guys taking the time as you're discussing the ride back across the bridge, heading for the western side in the Isildur's bastion, the barracks.
Are there?
Poor Maerwyn's like, I want to go home.
Oh, she wanted to stay with the elves.
I want extra.
Do I see
Isildur's?
Do I see any suspicious cats as we're walking the streets?
I was gonna ask
check.
the same thing.
Actually, you know what? Can I instead? I want to try my new ability. Can I instead? I'm gonna turn to Fig. I'm gonna be like, Fig, you saw you caught it last time. Could you, while we're walking, could you keep an eye out for any strange cats? And I'm going to give her a gift die for this.
I was already planning it.
And because of my new feature, since we leveled up, why worthy counsel, if whenever I give a gift die, if the person I give it to takes my advice and does what I say, they can roll that ability check with advantage. And it only applies to ability checks. Not saves, not attacks.
Yeah. So basically, you get a gift die. You can use it for whatever you want, but if you use it for what Malvhor tells you to do, you get advantage.
I think I remember this. Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember if Thea had it or not.
Thea did not, because I think I'm a different subclass.
No, this is the subclass.
It's the counselor.
I think.
That I did have songs of slang and other things. Yeah. Never mind. Okay. Cool.
So you can make a
But yeah,
perception
I
check
was
with
good with
advantage if you
guess.
use the gift die with it.
I would like to make a sus cat check.
Sus cat check.
That's redundant. All cats are sus. Go ahead and go give me a perception check, and if you choose to use the gift die, you can have advantage.
What time of day is it?
Day.
Damn it.
I narrated you guys got here at like midday, so maybe like an hour.
That's fair.
Maybe not even that with Mana Ame.
Oh, can we wait a few hours? No, I'm kidding.
You have advantage and
I
a
do
you
some
have
of my best work at night.
you have advantage and an extra D8. What more do you want in life?
Okay. I'll use it.
I mean,
'cause,
yeah, if you
I mean,
use
you have
it,
I
to
gotta.
now.
at this point you have to.
Yeah. 1d8. So
5.
23.
23.
Right? Yes, I can count.
Sure. As you
So over 20.
as the three of you ride back over, he's keeping an eye out, looking for not just cats in general, but cats that seem to fit the bill, if you will. The black cat you caught had like a makeshift leather harness around it, and that was had pockets for it to like carry certain things for messages to be passed back and forth. So you're looking specifically for that sort of thing. And over the course of the ride over towards Isildur's Bastion, you see a few cats, but none that seem to catch your eye in terms of any sort of suspicion.
Okay. I will, I'll just keep my eye out as we keep going.
Okay. But you do all arrive to Isildur's Bastion. Fairly sparse inside. It seems like most individuals at this point are out doing their daily duties or on patrols of some sort. There's a few guards left behind, maybe 4 or so, that are just walking the courtyard grounds.
I wave to them.
But they sort of nod back in acknowledgement as you ride the horses in through the gates and off to the side to some hitching posts. You don't take them straight to the stables, is a bit further back, but there are some temporary hitching posts by the gate as you all sort of dismount and hitch the horses and get ready to go find Turgon. As you do, Maerwyn sort of shifts in the back of the cart. What are we doing here?
We're talking to an old friend of ours, just to update him as we pass through. It won't be long, Maerwyn.
Should I stay here, or...?
I can stay back if you need.
Yeah, just hang out with Fig, and we'll be back. We won't be long at all.
Okay. I can do that.
I'll help her with some crocheting on the blanket.
Does Fig know how to crochet?
Probably not incredibly well, but I'm sure Northriel taught her. She
Only you
knows
can
how to
answer that
do
question.
it.
Okay.
She knows
Yeah,
how to do
only you
it.
can answer that.
It's whether it's well or not, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure
She
Fig
takes-
more or less pretended the crochet hook was a weapon instead a few times.
She takes out like the emerald green and amber gold blanket that she was working on and starts piecing away back at that.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
The two of you, Cirion and
I just got
Malvhor,
whiskey, so.
make your way back towards one of the buildings and up the stairs towards Turgon's office. That is, the door is open, and you sort of poke your head inside, and you see Turgon standing, just basically wearing the undergarments that would be beneath his armor. He's not full dressed in armor by any means. Hair is slicked back, and he's holding some parchment, and he does have a pipe in his mouth.
The
I just look
NPCs,
for excuses, people.
the NPCs in this campaign are so cool.
Oh my god, he's so goddamn cool!
Cirion, you don't have to yell. I'm like 6 feet from you.
I was just gonna say it's gonna count counteract the hotness from Bardor, so you know, now you guys are fine.
I'm not even gonna say that was out of character. Fuck it.
You know, that's a new one, kid. I haven't heard you yell like that in a long time. Captain Turgon.
My emotions got the better of me there.
I'm so glad to be home.
Gentlemen, come in.
I come in.
Captain.
We were just passing back through town, back on our way to Pelargir. We want to stop in and check with you to see if there had been any developments in our absence.
A few. I don't have the full details. Bardor would have most of it as he puts the papers down and strikes like a match and lights it to the pipe. Were you looking for anything in particular?
Well, we were interested if Bardor had any more luck in translating or getting any more information on the cat's eye.
I believe we had a briefing about this a few days ago. He did glean a bit more information, at least whether it was him or his rangers. Got more understanding of individuals that might be of particular interest. And he's actually forming a group to chase down these leads.
Oh, is he an Osgiliath?
He is not currently. We dispatched him a few days ago for Pelargir.
Ah, perfect. We're already on our way there. We will meet up with him.
Just add that to the to-do list.
Yeah. He would have more information. I believe he's gathering a small group, but will be taking a handful of Pelargir Marines along with him to his final destination to see this through.
Is he going
Our
to...
main concern...
I'll talk to him more.
No, I don't wish to divulge too much here. His main concern was the indications that they had information on a particular political figure of Gondor's movements, and that is mostly what is getting our attention currently.
How's Captain Cirion doing? Lieutenant Cirion.
He has been transferred back to Minas Anor for sentencing. It's out of my hands at this point.
Has the city been calm?
Calmer than it has been. No sightings of bloodthirsty creatures in the night or orc raids, for that matter, so things are returning to some semblance of normalcy. A few individuals have returned to the city, but every sort of moral blow to this city is, well, it makes it harder and harder for the city to bounce back.
Yeah, indeed it does.
You may rest better at night knowing that one of the blood-sucking creatures that you called it at night, well, you're dead.
Well, that is fantastic news. We don't have to deal with that anymore. Especially since I don't know if we rightfully knew how to deal with it.
Well, I mean, surprisingly, it turns out if you stab them enough, they do eventually die, but it's very difficult.
Well, that takes into a deal of how many soldiers I'm willing to sacrifice, and I'm glad I don't have to make that decision today.
Yes, there is a bad news with that, however. We have reason to believe that, you know we were seeking information on Cirith Ungol previously. We have reason to believe Cirith Ungol is only growing in strength, and they're growing more bold, I would venture to say. And I'm just gonna tell him, Cirion. We're pretty
be honest with them.
we're pretty sure they have in their possession the offspring of a dragon.
He doesn't speak for like a good 10 seconds. He just sort of sits there going,
Within that 5 seconds, Cirion's gonna go, I wish we were making this up, sir.
And it's not, I mean, this isn't just a rumor we've heard. We've seen them to a certain extent.
takes a deep breath in through the pipe and just exhales a thick cloud of smoke towards the desk. Do you believe this to bear more attention than the situation in Minas Ethel?
Miss Ethel, that's the, yeah. Honestly, I personally do.
Miss Ethel is lost. Y'all know
I
this.
understand that. I'm not debating that. That doesn't make them any less of a threat.
True. But I think this poses more of an immediate threat.
From the intel we've gathered, the Witch King and the Mouth of Sauron are both jockeying for power. But we believe the Mouth of Sauron is coming out on top, and Cirion is coming out on top in that power struggle.
Well, if that is the case, hopefully they'll just kill each other. Weaken their forces before we even have to do anything.
That would be ideal, but a man in your station understands we must prepare for the worst.
Indeed. I don't say this lightly, but the two of you rightfully know that at this stage my hands are fairly tied.
Yes.
I merely oversee the strategic importance of this city here. I appreciate the information you're giving me, and I will do my best to strengthen our defensive posture here. But at the current crossroads, I'm afraid mustering an army to march on Cirith Ungol is not something within our power. Not with the enemy garrison right across the river and through the forest to Minas Ethel. The king will never have it, and weakening our own defenses to mount an assault into Mordor when the Dark Lord's armies are fighting each other.
That is understandable, and frankly, I do not expect you to lead an assault. It is just my hope that this information will help you lead the defense of this city that much better. And if it saves just one more life, then it's worth preparing for. Knowing's half the battle, really.
We were more telling you, sir, out of professional courtesy. As informing you on all the events, not expecting you to march off half-cocked. That's Cirith Ungol, just giving you an update of what we've been doing and the threat it now no longer poses. Or maybe what a future one may impose.
I appreciate it, and I will do what I can with this very damning knowledge.
We have
But for you two, you currently don't answer to me, and you definitely don't answer to the crown, so if you feel this is something you need to track down on your own...
Oh, yeah.
I certainly won't stop you, and if I can assist you in any way within my power, I will do what I can.
Your assistance is appreciated, and there is one more piece of damning information that we should pass on. do not trust Rattle. Best case scenario, he is associated and working with the Cat's Eye. The worst case scenario, he is a servant of the Shadow.
Do we know where Rador is now? As he grabs a piece of parchment and places it on his desk and begins to grab a quill and begins to write.
I'm gonna walk a little bit closer. Let's go, sir.
And cough.
And cough.
Cough all over the captain.
Cirion, 5 feet, please.
Sir, yes, sir. Sorry. Where we were wasn't exactly the most healthy of conditions.
It was a plague a century or so ago. Please.
Oh.
Sir, you know me. You know me as one that wouldn't just make stuff up. I saw what appeared to be Rador's body in the marshes. Unless he has a very convincing brother that died many, many years ago.
And we have seen Rattle in the company of those who work with the Cat's Eye. So that's why I say best case scenario, he's just working with the Cat's Eye. Worst case scenario, he's some creature of the shadow we do not know. Some spy for the enemy.
Go ahead, Malvhor, and just make a persuasion check.
Can it be an advantage because I'm talking to?
26.
Never mind, you don't fucking need it.
I'm going to take you at your word. Despite you claim you saw this in the marshes has been known to play tricks on many of people passing through there. But considering the situations we've had, and the things you've done for this city and myself, and quite frankly, I find Rador a bit strange.
Indeed.
He finishes the end of his parchment with a bit of a flourish, and then folds it, rolls it up, picks up a piece of metal and dips it into, and hovers it over a flame, and you see a bit the wax seal begin to melt off of it, and he stamps onto it and hands it over. Take this. Consider an issue of warrants for Rador's arrest.
I take it.
I'm gonna give a brief smirk. Dead or alive, sir?
Preferably alive. If we wish to have a word with him and give him a chance to potentially shed some light on this, I'd rather have him talking than dead. But just know that depending on my authority and wherever you might find him, if he is working against us, then he might not come so quietly. And depending on where you find him, he might have locals willing to help him. So,
Indeed.
Jurisdiction and all that.
We were going to approach this. We were going to approach him cautiously to try and confirm some of the questions we've had before we resorted to any sort of aggression. As of right now, he should still trust us, and there's a chance that we are misunderstanding things. That's always a possibility, but he gives me a bad feeling. And when we return to Pelargir, we will have a better idea of who he is.
Never liked him from the start.
I liked him. It's unfortunate, really.
I've always had a bad feeling about him.
Well, I believe that is all the good news and bad news we have for you, sir.
Well, that's better than what I was expecting. As he sort of leans back and pulls open a drawer, and there's a small leather pouch, and he tosses it to you, Malvhor. There's 5 gold. I don't remember why, but I think I said I would give that to you.
I'm gonna give the 5 gold to Cirion, and I'm gonna be like, this is part of the tab I owe you, kid.
It was 5 gold to each of us. also was the episode that I saw last week. I don't remember why.
Considering the haul you walked away with, we're gonna stick with the 5 gold.
No.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna give Cirion all the 5 gold because I owe him a tab anyway. So.
Start
and-
collection now.
And Fig doesn't use money.
I've got plenty. Yeah.
Very well, gentlemen. If there's anything else you need of me, then I will return to my duties.
Well,
And I wish you luck in whatever you're about to undertake.
I wish you luck in whatever dangers await you over the river.
Hopefully it stays over there.
Take care, Captain. It'll be some time before we see you again, I imagine.
Very well. Gentlemen?
Malvhor leaves with
Sure.
an arrest warrant.
How does Malvhor get all the goodies so far? Fucking
Dude.
horn and a warrant and
You
a
have
thing of
you got
gold.
you got a
have
banner.
horn.
You got a banner. You got the money. Do you wanna hold the warrant? Would that make you feel better, Cirion?
No.
Okay, well, if you change your mind, it's right here. And I put it away.
Well,
You guys. Oh, go ahead.
I was saying, well, we got all that. Let the hunt begin.
Alright, you guys,
Yeah, we returned to the red wagon.
Yeah, you return and you see sort of sitting in the back of the wagon with their feet sort of dangling out the back half of it. Fig and Maerwyn, who seem to be munching down on some form of pastry.
Is that a honey bun?
Whoa. Yeah. Here, I hand him
Mm-hmm.
one.
Oh, thank you.
I'll hand one to Cirion too.
Take it. Thank you.
So what's news?
Cirion is back at Minas Tirith, facing sentencing for his actions in Osgiliath. Bardol is in Pelargir, putting together a strike team to go after people suspected of being in cahoots with the cat's eye.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to be a part of that strike force.
We also were given an arrest warrant for Radol. Its power may be weak or non-existent depending on where we try to use it. And we basically just caught the captain up with everything we've discovered. With the vampires, Kirith Ungol, and Radol.
I see. Interesting. Well, depending on what we find in Pelargir, we may end up working with Baldur in the end, I would think.
Please.
Yeah, I think that's what it's coming to.
We will have to see what has happened since we've been gone.
Indeed. But first, we have to get Maerwyn back to her mother.
Yes.
I'm sure your mother misses you a great deal, Maerwyn.
Probably, yeah. It's
Are
been
you
a while.
are you excited to sleep in your old bed your old bed again?
Yeah, and see all the horses and get back into the city a little bit and see Laura and everybody.
Oh, Laura. Yeah. It's always nice to come home after a trip, after adventuring, after a journey. You've had your first adventure, Maerwyn.
Maybe next time a shorter one.
To
It's a lot.
be fair,
I'm tired.
To be fair, you and I both have the same adventure as both of our longest adventures now.
Huh.
I've never.
That's weird to think about.
It is, especially considering you're so young. You have your whole life ahead of you. So many more adventures for you to have. But let's not. Let's wait a little bit. We don't need to worry your mother.
Sounds good.
Well,
I'm ready to go when you guys are.
yeah. I think we're ready to leave Osgiliath. What about the rest of you?
Yeah. Did
I
everything we
think-
needed to here?
Yes, the sooner we get. I was waiting for you to cough. But you muted yourself.
I've been trying to, dude.
I think the sooner we get to Pelargir and see what's happened and finally sit down and discuss what's next, the better.
Indeed. And we can, in Pelargir, we can catch up with Baradol, and we can break into the basement at the inn. The parlor.
The parlor.
I kept wanting to say lounge, but it's not a lounge. It's a parlor.
Would you two be potentially opposed if somehow we raided the parlor with Bardor's help?
Well, that's what that's what I'm imagining when I talk about breaking into the basement.
Oh, okay.
Because I think anything incriminating is going to be hidden pretty well, not in a place where someone can just waltz in, and most of the parlor doesn't even have doors on it.
Either pretty well or not there at all.
Yeah.
But we may still need to have the
Distraction?
we may still need to lay low, as you say, for a little bit first before
Indeed.
jumping to ideas.
And I can distract anybody anytime. I can just talk nonstop. I just keep opening my mouth and words like a waterfall keep pouring out. And I could just keep going. And if nobody cuts me off, I could literally keep talking until.
Okay, good talk. Let's get going.
And with that, I think we leave Osgiliath.
Yes, Goldwyn is waiting.
Okay. So you guys depart from Osgiliath and do the fairly quick ride back down south through Palinor Fields and then down on your way towards the port city of Pelargir. I'll just go ahead and do that while I'm here. It's a leisurely trot for the next day or so. Pretty much nothing of interest. The roads themselves are quiet. You don't come across anything that appears to be out of the ordinary or catches your attention at this stage. And you do, in the next day or so, arrive at a fairly early evening on the outer walls of Pelargir.
Which is fine, because we're not even going inside the walls. We're going straight to Goldwyn's. Unless somebody stops me.
No, Fig is mostly lost in thought.
Does Fig fall asleep in the wagon?
I guess if it's really, really quiet, and there's nothing really to look at, like on a long drive of nothing around, I can see her dozing off once or twice, just kind of sitting against the side with arms crossed and just kind of,
Now, follow-up
Head
question:
like this, like-
Does Fig snore?
I don't know.
I don't know why I'm so interested in these questions now. We don't have to continue down this path.
I don't know, to be honest.
But
I think there was a joke prior where she snored once or something. I'll say it depends on the situation or something. I don't know how she's laying or whatever. How air is going in and out of her body.
but yeah, I just take the cart and the horses to Goldwyn's place.
Okay. Yep. You arrive in as you're sort of dismounting and hitching the horses from the outside along the dirt path. Laura sort of pokes her head out. Oh, you're finally back.
Sorry, we just had to travel across all of Middle Earth and back again.
Yeah, bloody owe somebody some money about that one.
And,
Well, don't just stand there looking stupid. Come on in.
missed you, Laura.
I was hoping for something like her looking out the window again going, the door's locked. Or whatever it was the last time.
Yeah. I walk in the house and, Maerwyn follows me, right? I don't have to make sure she's gonna come in too.
Probably. She sort of like runs inside, and as soon as like Laura was like poking her head out, Goldwyn sort of knew that there was a turn. So like as you like open the door, Goldwyn is already rushing forward and just comes down to her knees and just picks Maerwyn up and hugs her real tight. Oh, you're back, dear heart. Oh, I was so worried. I thought about you every night. Mom, I got to see elves and bears, and you saw bears? Well, yes, no, Fig was a bear. What?
Do you wanna show your mother the word you learned?
How do you show a word?
Just say it.
Oh, the elves said, my Gavanin. Oh, very good. I believe that means hail and well met. Yes, but Mom, I'm tired, and I feel like I should go to sleep. That's probably a wonderful idea. As much as I want to keep you up and talk with you and just be with you now, you're looking much better. So it's late. Go ahead and go lie down. She sort of walks off a bit and then stops and turns around and looks at the three of you. Thank you.
You are most welcome, Maerwyn.
Don't forget your blanket.
And your sweater.
Oh, I left it in the wagon.
I'll go get it.
Oh, go get the sweater too.
Okay.
Yes, I'll get the sweater too. And I'll turn around and go get the...
She runs off into her room.
I'll come back in a few seconds with crocheted stuffs.
Well, it's been a long time, but you're all back, and look like you've been traveling a lot for the most part, so I think you're all in fairly good health, which is good to hear. Did everything go okay?
Everything went as well as could be hoped for. The horses are a little scraped up, but that's about the worst of it. From Maerwyn's point of view, she just spent a couple weeks in an elven village crocheting. Nice little summer vacation for her. But she is better.
My mother took care of her.
Thank you, truly. And don't worry about the horses. If you stable them in the city, Ratliff will take care of them while you're here. They're yours at this point.
Yeah, Duster and I have a silent but strong bond, I feel like.
Quick
You
fire
have
Silence.
silence. I don't think you have a silent anything, Malvhor.
No, not, especially not with this new horn and harp I have.
You gave him another instrument, dear word.
Who's a good boy on the trip? I don't know.
Unfortunately we had an early meal. Laura and I didn't know when you would return, so I don't have much in the way of hospitality at the moment. I'm so sorry.
You know what? That's okay. I think we still have rooms paid up at the Parlor, and
Oh shit.
Oh,
and-
good.
honestly, all I really need is a bed.
Well, it's about hitting dusk, so it's probably a good time. You can probably turn in there. We can catch up tomorrow morning. I'm so thankful. I can't even express it. We can talk tomorrow. I'm a bit overwhelmed, quite honestly.
Yes, it's a lot to take in. Just like the bad news. You ever have that thing where you're talking and your teeth just like clack front to back? Very uncomfortable. Anyway,
Yes. It's
Um,
atrocious.
good news can just be just as overwhelming, and
Well, felt like I was holding my breath for a month. So
it's a long
There's
time
a
to
lot
hold
of-
your breath. Breathe now.
I will.
I
So I'm
would
just going
suggest
to-
taking tomorrow off, but I'm pretty sure if you took the day off to spend with Maerwyn, the city would fall apart without you.
Oh, please, Ratliff has it pretty well under control these days. I mostly stay out here and raise new ones and train them. Ratliff it's quite the deer, keeping everything in line in the stable. Then Laura helps out here as well. But I think for tonight at least, I'll just be with Maerwyn and just tuck her in and welcome her home.
That's a great idea. Have a good night, Goldwyn. We'll talk some more tomorrow.
Good. Rest easy.
And
You as well.
She sort of walks you all out the door, and as you do, she lights a lantern that hangs just next to the door, just for some light as the sun is dipping a bit. Wishes you all another good night once more, and can't stop thanking. And eventually, you begin your trek back, whether it's on horseback or just leading them towards the stables yourselves. It's up to you, but the door closes behind you and you're left back to your own devices. And as you...
I guess we're going to the Parlor tonight, gang. Don't say a word. Mouths shut. Only be kind. Don't get into any trouble. Don't look into anything. Act normal.
This reminds me of that Peaky Blinders scene, being like, no fucking fighting.
No fighting.
No fucking fighting.
No, I look at Cirion. No,
fucking fighting!
I do look at both of you, and I say, no fighting. No getting angry.
Fine.
I look at Fig. No getting angry. I look at Cirion. You're allowed to swear, but no fighting.
Not drinking.
I only
allowed to
get
drink tea.
angry when called upon, though.
I hate these rules.
Tomorrow, we could, you can drink tomorrow. But
Fair enough.
we return to the parlor.
So,
You guys-
tomorrow is when we distract and investigate.
Perhaps. I'll probably swing by Goldwyn's in the morning, and then we can also meet up with Rattle, wherever he is. Not Rattle, Baradol, wherever he is. And then we can meet up somewhere, probably Goldwyn's house, or Goldwyn's fields, Goldwyn's barn even, and come up with a plan. Or maybe we can come up with a plan while we're with that Baradol. But tonight, no plans, no discussion. Tonight is a night of rest. Push the thought of everything else out of your minds.
I understand. For once, it is a thoughtful plan from you.
Once? I always think I have great plans.
Kareth Ongol was not a great plan.
We all lived. Maerwyn is healed. Everything went off without a hitch. And I stand by that. The only downside
Didn't get my tavern.
only downside is I'm pretty sure I owe Cirion 2 lifetimes worth of ale.
A miracle
Yeah, right.
does not paint a bad plan good.
Just good life advice.
I
I feel like that was a very refined insult against me. And because of that, I will let it stand without rebuttal. Well done.
I think that's just good life advice.
I've had to say that to Galad many times.
Well, maybe Galad and I would get along splendidly.
That's when you see Fig think about it for a second, and then basically Incinerate, and she goes, "Oh fuck."
Well,
Do the Geralt of Rivia. Fuck.
Yeah.
let's get to the parlor now, then. We're all tuckered out.
You guys lead your horses back in to the city and you drop them off at the stables with Ratliff.
Hi,
He's
Ratliff.
probably like, "Wild Step, what happened?"
Yeah, he's a little taken aback, but
You're doing a good job,
do what you
Ratliff. Keep it up.
He needs lots of
Uh-huh.
carrots.
you don't say.
Okay, good night.
And the three of you head back out into the city streets, heading towards the establishment known as the Parlor. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Oh, good, more wine.
Whiskey.
Stitch.
Waterdeep University and Arcane Institute. I'm known for being an educator, philanthropist, gentleman, adventurer, researcher, and now a conservationist. I wish to express my concern as of late in regards to the dwindling population of the majestic owlbear. These beautiful creatures are all too often poached and hunted by so-called adventuring parties for resources like hides, arcane focuses, foci, and experience. Here at the O'Toole Owlbear Conservation, we are making a difference with our foster and breeding programs by taking in orphaned cubs? No, chicks. Juvenile owlbears. Our volunteers work closely with the owlbears in our care until they are of age and suitable for the reintroduction to the wild. Without our, and potentially your, intervention in this matter, owlbears could very well disappear from our forests. So, how can you help us in our effort in preserving the Aves mammalia? You can get involved in this effort by symbolically adopting one of our owlbear juveniles. Your donation will go straight to their support and care. Take a tour of our facilities and read our various literatures to educate yourself on this wonderful creature. Write the lord or lady of your land and encourage policies that protect such wildlife. Learn Druidic magic and swear to the safeguard of the wilds and all the creatures that live inside of it, vowing to the defense against the brutal adventuring parties who go hunting for these gentle creatures in such a barbaric manner. And in that vow, you follow an ancient Druidic path that eventually leads you to the spirit of the forest, and they bestow upon you the power to take back the lands that once belonged to the beast and the bird that roam upon this realm. Recycle. Please help us in this noble effort. For more information, please direct all correspondence via a sending spell to the Office of Conservation at the O'Toole Owlbear Conservation. For inquiries regarding my research, Adventuring Days, my latest publication, speaking opportunities, private lessons, book club, and knitting circle, please forward your sending spell to the office of Sir Benjamin O'Toole of the Waterdeep University and Arcane Institute. The O'Toole Conservation name, logo, and image are all protected licensure and owned by O'Toole Philanthropy. Use of this without the express written consent of Sir Benjamin O'Toole could result in legal action, a failed death save, a gentleman's acknowledgement of a worthy adversary for being outfoxed, and or loss of consortium. Side effects of Druidic magic can include uncontrollable vine growth, sudden fascination of fungi, inability to revert from wild shape, body odor, an acquired taste for good berries, splinters, tanking for the party, depression, and or becoming one with the elements. The O'Toole Conservation is not responsible for anyone being maimed, eaten, killed, or disfigured by anyone attempting to approach owlbears. Please do not contact our officers with liability claims. We will cast silence. We mean it. Casting and speaking with animals within our facilities is strictly prohibited except by authorized personnel. We will take legal action.
Ooh, I'm a bear, I'm a bear, I'm a bear, I'm a bear. I'm a bear, I'm a bear, I'm a bear, I'm a bear.
Haste.
I'm a bear.
Pack. We need
Rise.
to leave.
I'm a bear, I'm a bear, I'm a bear. Look at me bearing around.
Burn! And latch onto you. You take 5 shadow damage.
This is not the hug I wanted. Alright, let's make attacks at him.
Roll them dice.
You missed my birthday, bitch?
Probably go up on sale tomorrow. My donut! I got it. I lost it. I dropped my donut.
Talks amongst yourselves.
Yeah, so I think
Are we there yet?
that way might work.
Are we there yet?
Kevin, you're fired.
Don't have us talk amongst ourselves then.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a role-playing game.
Said the thespian.
Meh. Oh no.
In Lindsayisms.
Audience meh? Chat meh? Oh my god.
I think you've lost it.
I need to stop doing things on stream. Adventure. Just like that. Health back. Go back. How is everyone? I'm doing. Why are they back?
You hear something.
Thank God I am half in the tank.
I shall stand with you. Shit, you're on your own.
Hail, adventurer! Are you a dungeon master with a desire to transport your players to fantastical settings? Perhaps they are deep in the dungeon of a mad lich.
Fools, you have intervened for the last time. Let's see you survive my fireball.
Or perhaps the party has just come across bandits, and the Goliath monk releases a flurry of blows and a stunning strike to gain control of the conflict. Nice rolls on the attack. Or maybe the party is taking a breather after another difficult quest. If this sounds like something you want at your next ttrpg session, then head over to battlebards.com. By subscribing to BattleBards Prime, you get the ability to immerse your players in your campaign. You'll get complete streaming access to the libraries of both BattleBards and Plate Mail games. And whether your game is in person or virtual, you won't be limited, as you will have access to a caster and a mixer to be able to broadcast the tracks to all of your players. And of course, if you want to download and keep any tracks, then you get 20% off all in-store purchases. So what are you waiting for, adventurer? A quest posting at the local guild hall? Get over to battlebards.com and subscribe today, and use the coupon code ADVENTURE at checkout. Stay proficient, adventurers.
Salutations, listeners. My name is Professor Benjamin O'Toole of the Waterdeep University and Arcane Institute. I'm known for being an educator, philanthropist, gentleman, adventurer, researcher, and now a conservationist. I wish to express my concern as of late in regards to the dwindling population of the majestic owlbear. These beautiful creatures are all too often poached and hunted by so-called adventuring parties for resources like hides, arcane focuses, foci, and experience. Here at the O'Toole Owlbear Conservation, we are making a difference with our foster and breeding programs by taking in orphaned cubs? No, chicks. Juvenile owlbears. Our volunteers work closely with the owlbears in our care until they are of age and suitable for the reintroduction to the wild. Without our, and potentially your, intervention in this matter, owlbears could very well...
Welcome back. So, we've rounded out the first half, and we're going to get going on the second half. He's supposed to be here by now.
Where the fuck is he?
I don't know. Where the fuck you go?
You told him to be here at this time.
I said, the call sheet said 9:30. Alright.
Oh, he's had plenty of time. Oh my god!
Oh, shit. Well, fine, I guess. Well, here he is, finally. Finally!
Hopefully you didn't hear our previous conversation. Oh, those crooked glasses.
Alright. Yeah. So, as you three continue through the streets of Pelargir, and the sun begins to set, and some of the lanterns begin to get lit, and the night watchmen begin to make their rounds for the evening. You go through the main streetway, a little north into this section of Pelargir, and you pass the closing bakery that you Fig tried to barter with in Bones before. And you come to the familiar, quaint little inn with a iron rod sign that sits above it that appears to be in the shape of a teacup with a cat sitting on top. What would you like to do?
We go in.
Okay. Wasn't sure if there was gonna be any
No
nefarious things.
shenanigans, no nefarious.
I opened the door for cats.
This is bullshit, by the way.
I just have in my mind Malvhor is like holding the door. It says no shenanigans. Turns and opens the door, and a fist just connects to his face as he opens it. Like, fuck.
If this was like an anime, I could see that perfectly. Like
Yeah. As you open the door and walk into the candlelit interior, with the familiar dual staircase sort of flanking the main foyer, in between the or in the center being a sort of reception desk, with a small three thing. It holds 3 candles. I don't know.
Candelabra?
Fuck. I know it's a candelabra. I guess I could say a 3 candelabra. I don't fucking know. I really should have looked that up. That's really breaking my immersion now.
Better than any word I can come up with.
Sitting above that in the sort of the second floor, you are greeted by the familiar portrait of Lady Baruthiel that has haunted your skill checks for many a session. But sort of in the middle of the room, sort of like looking about with their back to you, is an individual who seems to be in a hood and openly carrying a sword and dagger of sorts. And they just look to be like sort of looking around the desk. Jake, as our latest addition in terms of a guest player, would you like to describe what your character looks like?
Yes, I would love to. We got ourselves a dark-looking fellow with some scratches upon his lips, little gaunt features, and got a hood, some dark popper-looking outfit, and some metal outfit, and a dinged-up sword.
Oh, I'm on the wrong.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. He does
you
not
usually
look
walk in-
friendly.
Oh, cool.
As you
Oh my.
Can I do a
you-
jumping strike at this guy? No, I'm kidding.
as you walk into the foyer, as this person is sort of going through a bit of the front desk, and they hear the doors open and close behind them, they sort of turn around as you walk in, and this is somebody you've never seen in this building before.
Malvhor just whispers to himself. No shenanigans. And he's just gonna give a very casual, like, hello, and then proceed to go up the stairs to his room.
Well, that's a nice how do you do.
Are you staying here too?
In a manner of speaking, you could say that.
I'm up. I like to think I'm up on the stairs behind Jake's character, so he can't see me, and I'm just like.
I look for cats. Are there cats around?
There's about 3 around.
I go pss, 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 and crouch down and try to beckon them.
I'm gonna look down at his sword and just go, nice blade.
Malvor's gonna sigh and slowly come back down the stairs.
Wait. He doesn't look familiar at all, does he? That's probably an important question.
Give him at a glance. No, you can give me an insight check.
Not vibe check.
Oh yeah, he's that guy from the place.
He's giving off
No,
different
I
vibes.
I have to
Straight
remember
roll,
I have.
so-
Yeah, so 14. I have viewer inspiration. Do I want to use it?
I don't know, do you?
Why not?
Why not? Because otherwise I'm gonna keep forgetting I have it, I think. There.
Hey, you
So
set me back
now
to
it's a
17.
17. Little hard to tell. You're looking. He does have like a hood up, so it is sort of masking a bit of the features. At an initial glance, it doesn't look like somebody you've ever seen before, but
Huh? I was kind of joking. I figured I wasn't gonna know this guy. Wait.
He's gone.
Hold on, let me mute myself.
Oh, is he coming to whisper to you?
There's a part of me that wants to go upstairs.
There's a part of me that just wants to drive over.
Do it.
It's a little late to be making friends, isn't it, kid?
I like swords. I'm just curious about his blade. It looks very nice.
Flawless. Did you see just whoop? If I did that, I'd fall over.
Wish I could be that smooth. I got whiskey, we don't care.
Okay, Fig, does that change anything for you?
No, I pick up the 3 cats all in my arms. And
Malvhor just sighs and holds his head in his hand.
Meanwhile, I said what I said.
You seem to love cats there.
This place has many cats.
Aye, indeed, many secrets are about.
Secrets.
I don't know about you all, but I could stand for a little hydration.
Whiskey
What
counts
do you
hydration.
Aye,
mean
but
by
where are
secret?
my manners? Melek's the name. And you are?
Melek?
Madam? I extend my hand out.
I look at the hand, look at the cats, look at the hand, look at him. Look at the hand, look at the cats, look at Fig.
Apologies.
Oh no. And I just I do a little shift where now I'm holding all 3 cats and then I extend a hand on one arm.
You
Vigdis.
seem like a tough lass.
Yes, rough upbringing.
An accent too. Can't quite place it. Anyways, you there. Big man. How are you? Talking to Cirion.
Yeah, you say big man, you're not talking to Malvhor.
I kind of do like a sarcastic, who, me? I'm Cirion, friend.
Do you really want to flirt this late, Cirion?
You get what you can, Malvhor.
Why do you use my name?
I give a very over-the-top bow. And then while I'm bowing, I point out to Malvhor. And you there, friend. You're a very chatty sort, I can tell.
I can be when the situation calls for it.
Indeed. Your name.
I just know my eyes at Cirion. Malvhor.
Strong name. Right?
Why, thank you. Melek is your name?
Melek, correct. Procurer of oddities, and I seem to have made my way to this establishment because there are many secrets about. You wouldn't know of any secrets in this establishment, eh?
The only secret I'm trying to find tonight is my bed. If I'm being honest. We just came in from a long journey. It would be nice to have a pillow under my head for once.
Aye? A long journey.
Actually, mate, if you have a brief second, I do have a big secret about this place.
You got my ear?
I'm gonna put my arm around him and whisper in his ear, like, "Do you know it takes about 16 ales before you can pass out onto these beds?"
That's a pity. It takes me about 20 to pass out.
Cirion gets like wide-eyed for a second. It's like, gonna be best friends.
You all hear a crashing sound coming from down the hallway.
I want to check it out.
Turn towards the crashing sound.
I take the cats with me. They're still in one arm.
Okay. So you go down the hallway.
Yeah.
How many hallways are there? I'm not as
From
aware
where
of
you're
this
standing,
establishment just as a player.
Yeah, no. From where you're standing, if you're looking at the front desk, there's 2 stairs that lead upwards to the same landing, and a hallway that shoots off that way. And then immediately to your right, there is a single hallway that goes off where there's some doors and a like sort of curtain doorway to one side, and the sound sounds like it came from that immediate vicinity.
Gotcha. Well, I bolt for it.
Malek,
Yes.
Fig, anyone else?
Yeah, I'll follow. I'm gonna pull my dagger out and hold it in the reverse grip.
No fighting. No fighting. I look at Cirion. No fighting. We just got here.
Anyone ever tell you you're a buzzkill and I'll sheath the dagger?
As you run down the hallway and you come past like the first door on your right, and come to a sort of red curtain that sort of divides the hallway from another room that you've seen Dorsey come in and out of multiple times. And just as you reach it and sort of like go to like pull it back, the curtain whips to the side and shuts behind it as familiar face to the 3 of you, but not so much you, Malek, is the proprietor, Dorsey, who seems to be a little frazzled as he takes a handkerchief and like dabs his forehead from sweat. Oh, visitors! Oh,
Hi, Dorsey.
You 3 have been gone for some time. You, though, are new. Have we met?
I'm afraid I'm new to these parts, but I've heard of your establishment many times.
No, well, we do have quite the reputation here. Are you looking for a place to stay this evening, or just some tea to wet your palate?
Simply a bath. You don't want to give an old fellow like me a bath.
Not sure if you're playing coy or... never mind.
Yeah, you to find out.
Interesting. Well, if you follow me, I can take you to the front desk. We can get you signed in and talk about what all you need. Is there anything you 3 need? It's been a while since you've been here.
Our room's still good?
Follow me. As he
Are you all right?
Sort of squeaks past you and like sort of gestures you to all follow him back to the main foyer. I'm fine. Yes.
As we follow, I just wanna take my hands and just pull the curtain back just a little bit and try to sneak a peek without anyone seeing into the room he just came from.
Was there a dish that fell? I wanted to help pick something up.
It's my understanding that the room is blocked by a curtain.
I was gonna say, so what did you... He stepped through, opened the curtain real fast, closed it behind him, and stepped through.
Oh.
Now he's talking to you 3 and then said, follow me, as he sneaks past you, or squeezes past you, and like is gesturing you to follow to the foyer. So what are you doing, Fig?
No, sorry, I misunderstood the narration completely. I'm just gonna eye the curtain to note where that is and just how that's suspicious to me, but I'm gonna stick with how I asked if he's all right as I follow him.
Oh yes, I'm fine. Just a busy day. Malvhor, go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check if you're just trying to be quick about it.
Yeah.
Can I also ask for an insight check on Dorsey?
You may.
Oh no.
I should have waited for my viewer inspiration for this.
You know what? I'll burn my inspiration on that one.
You know what? I'll burn mine too. I have that.
Why not? I have it. Might as well use it.
Alrighty then.
Okay, that helps.
17
as he sort of squeaks past you, and you just sort of like pull the curtain a little bit and sneak look inside. Looks to be a kitchen. There is a stove in one corner from what you can see, a counter with a cutting block and various herbs and spices just sort of strewn about in various kettles. You do see sort of on the floor, there does appear to be like a shattered little saucer that a teacup would sit on.
Okay, I don't linger, so I don't draw suspicion. I say no shenanigans, and I immediately do some shenanigans.
You're just a shenanigan person.
Very light shenanigans.
Well, let's see. The three of you, your rooms are still free and clear for, I think, for a better part of a week left until we have to renew our agreement, if you so choose. And you, sir, you're fairly new here. You said you were looking for a bath place to stay for the night, tea, anything like that?
Oh, why not? You never know.
Wonderful. Can I have a name?
Oh.
A name, please?
Oh, sorry. Melek was the name.
Melek. Wonderful.
Don't forget it.
Oh, I hardly forget a face around here, let alone a name. What brings you here? How did you hear about us? I know our reputation goes so far, but I'm always curious to hear.
I've always been curious about a parlor place and more frequent bars, but this place just had something very interesting about it. Wouldn't you agree, Dorsey?
Whoa. Whoa. Oh, shit.
These vibes.
With that, let's talk about the rooms, eh?
Rooms, yes. Well, definitely if you're just looking here to spend the night, and some bath, of course, we can do that for 2 silver.
Also, do you have some brandy lying about? I always fancy a glass.
We don't actually have any form of alcohol here. Not really our business.
That's all right. I got my own stash. I flick out I flick out some brandy and see.
Oh my god!
I break out the 2 silver pieces that were originally asked for.
Thank you.
I think Cirion's gonna faint.
Very pungent.
Step aside, Parlor.
Very pungent smell from that, but I won't hold that against you. Your room will be upstairs on the second door on the right, I believe. And just so you know, none of the doors here lock, because as you've probably noticed, we have lots of cats, and cats get very angry when doors lock and they're closed, so they just come and go whenever they feel like. Bit of an open door policy.
Interesting.
That's when I remember I have 3 cats in my arm and I put them down.
Well,
and we'll definitely have that tea ready for you. I'll get something started on the kettle now. If there's anything else I can do for the 4 of you. But
honestly, Dulcie,
back.
it's very late. Thank you for welcoming us back and keeping our rooms. Frankly, I just want to go to bed.
Well, you know where to find us.
I was hoping for some tea, actually, to wind down.
Yes. Fig, I forgot about your insight check. I'm sorry.
Oh, I forgot too!
Just got caught up in the moment. Oh, my God. I guess it's not worthy of a whisper when I'm doing it.
Oh, okay, BRB.
So I'm gonna look at Malek and be like, "You willing to share?"
Always, lad. You got a glass? Nah, never mind. I've got 2 shot glasses upon me.
Wow. Prepared.
Always prepared.
I'll take a shot glass.
Glug, 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 glug. Dropped you some. Drop some for myself.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Oh, that's good. What year is that?
You would be surprised. Older than your grandma.
Cirion's gonna get wide. Cirion's gonna get like a little wide-eyed. It's like, we're gonna be best friends.
Wow.
I hope, Cirion.
It is that easy, Cirion. Cirion is that easy. Get a little alcohol in him, and I'll keep that in mind.
Look, that's the secret to everything, man. A little alcohol.
You said have Malvhor be up for service. It should be you if they're that easy.
I'm looking at Malvhor. It's like, you're a permanent spot, Malvhor.
Malek, just for your own reference. Oopsies. Hang on. This is.
What a beautiful face.
Did that pop up?
Yes.
That's wrong thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whoops. Yeah. There you go. That's Dorsey. That's who you're talking to. Okay. Carry on.
Bit of a dandy fellow, eh?
Yeah. So I will go get your teas. I'll do a nice evening brew to help relax the muscles and put you right to sleep if you so choose. So if you give me a moment, I'll be back to the kitchen and I'll get that started for you.
Dorsey, if you don't mind, something to keep me awake. I'm a bit of a night owl myself.
Very well. I'll make two. I'll make a black tea for you.
Bless you.
God damn it. Goddamn chat.
As he heads down the hallway back through the curtain, and you hear the pouring of water begin to start.
I know Malvhor talked a lot about going to bed because it would be really nice to get a long rest, or a rest of any kind, really. But his companions seem intent on staying up late, and so Malvhor's gonna stay up with him so they don't get in trouble. If they do, he'll be there to help.
I just wanted tea to help sleep.
I'm just, I mean, I don't explain this reasoning out loud.
I just say that out loud, just kind of looking around going, I just want tea.
So Malvhor will hang around, but he'll stay silent. Probably.
You said... Wait, what did you say you do again?
I'm sorry, love, are you talking to me?
Yes.
I'm a bit of a procurer of oddities and secrets. Care to learn?
Yes, I'm not quite sure what that means.
I look to the door. Can I assume that Dorsey is completely out of the room?
Yeah, from what you can immediately see, he went back through the curtain into the kitchen down the hallway.
A bit odd. You don't see more about, eh?
More?
Interesting. You don't see more leave.
The merchant.
Curious about a few secrets, yeah. Merchant? Who are you referring to?
Oh, I know a merchant named Moore.
Could be a curious secret, eh?
Lindsay, he was using the word more, M-O-R-E. More people leave.
I thought he said...
He's not referring to more.
I didn't hear that. Now I'm confused.
Sorry,
Malek just
love. I'm
spoke
referring
over
to
Fig.
population.
Oh.
A quantity of people, if you will. The number.
Yeah, there's a language barrier that just happened.
Actually, that's true, Malek.
Yeah.
You're noticing.
That totally checks.
Speaking in Western, that this Fig can converse, but she does sound like there's a bit of a struggle in the language.
So by just saying more, that was legitimate for me too, but that would definitely be for her, like, more what? So that's why I assumed a name.
I knew what Malek was getting at, and I saw where your confusion was, so I was like, I'm going to clear this up real quick.
I'm going to, but realizing this and
That's
seeing
great.
this miscommunication, Malvhor is going to be an ass, and he's gonna try something just to test something out, and in Sindarin, he's gonna say to Fig, "I wonder if this gentleman understands Sindarin."
I just stare at Malek, seeing if there's a look of recognition on the language usage.
I say in Sindarin back, of course.
Ah, I say fucking Sindarin.
I then say, "Oh, good. That's easier then."
I say back in Sindarin. Should I do the accent when I'm talking in Sindarin, or should I try to like
You
figure
can
it
just
out?
say, like, for the most, just tell me what language you're in and just do what you want.
Okay. There seems to be a number of people that go missing here. Have you heard of such things? In Sindarin.
No. I'm sorry. I thought you had meant someone I knew.
Apologies. The language barrier can be tough. I apologize. Now, back in Western, you all seem like smart cookies, eh?
Smart
It's a
enough.
bit of an odd place. You don't suspect anything odd about it? You're a bit of an odd trio to just show up.
Oh well, I mean, we've been staying here. This is our
Just
regular
patrons
place.
of this lovely facility.
We've just happened to be on an extended journey.
Well, let me tell you this, you seem to be the only ones that come back out. Normally.
How long have you been in town?
Haven't seen an old beggar sitting outside with a pipe, eh?
Can't say I have. I've been away for some time.
Well, at the very least, I've been doing my job.
Who do you work for?
I'm a procurer of secrets, sir. Who would I be if I gave that away?
Well,
Holy shit!
What's
The tea's ready.
Oh, wow, that was very
Okay.
piercing. Wow, I totally lost track of what I was thinking. What I was gonna say,
I am not sure I care for these riddles.
well, I'm just gonna say, we don't have a good track record with secrets.
Dorsey comes out for the curtain carrying a silver platter with a 2 tea kettles, because 2 teas were requested, but 2 teacups. There's a table off to the side where he places it at, but you're 4 sort of conversing in the middle. He just sort of places it down. This one's the black tea. This one's the herbal tea for whoever's interested in falling fast asleep. I'll pour it here for you, and if you feel free to drink as much as you want for the evening, and you can leave it here. I'll clean up later. Is there anything else that you'll need for the night?
Are you all right, Dorsey?
Oh, perfectly fine, dear.
You didn't get cut, did you?
No, luckily I did not.
Good.
Just a slight snafu in the kitchen, clumsiness, and all that.
That catches up to all of us some days.
Are there any news that we should know about upon returning?
News? In regards to what?
Here in the city.
The city? Oh, it's been boring old Pelargir for weeks now. Nothing terribly exciting that's changed in the city, no. Were you expecting news?
No.
Oh, well, then no news is good news, I suppose.
Thank you for the tea. I down it, like always.
Oh my god. I'm never
do the
gonna get
same.
used to that.
With a bitter black tea? Very good, Dorsey. If you'll excuse me, is there a place I can go expel something. I'm a bit of an old man and some sickness has taken over. Apologies. Nothing that you should be worried about, loves.
It better not be. I take great pride in what I do, but down the hall, last door on the right, should help you what you need.
Thank you. I take a walk.
Okay.
Malvhor will also get up and take a walk.
Where are you going?
I'm going to go into the lobby for now. I mean, I'm gonna follow Melek at a distance. I don't want to make it seem like I'm going to the same place he is.
Okay, then
but
let me do this for the sake of just visualizing everything. So I know sometimes explaining things aren't the clearest. Just because on how I explain things. I'm just gonna.
Oh. There's a battle map.
So you all are sitting pretty in this vicinity.
Oh, okay.
Malek is going down this way. So you're more than welcome to follow him, though it does dead end. There's not really a whole place for him to wander that area, but if that affects what you're going to do.
I'm actually going to say it does affect what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to say I think I need to just
there's no grid. You don't have to put yourselves on there yet. There's no grid.
I think I'm just gonna
for visual representations.
I'm gonna say I think I could just use some air, and
Okay.
I'm actually gonna step out the front door, and are there windows along this wing of the building?
Yeah, there's a few.
I'm gonna go to the one. I'm gonna see if I can find one at the furthest end.
Okay, there is one small, like probably about that wide of a glass paned window with like wood reinforcements along it. Malek, if you'd be so kind, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Moment. Yep, I thought I clicked it. It didn't work.
Nick, did you just pop in here and throw lock on here?
Jesus Christ.
Alright, I ran it twice, the top one's there.
Nick, if you want to be here, you can. The spot at the table is here.
We got tea.
Dorsey is.
Sorry, I accidentally ran it twice.
Yeah.
So whatever you feel is right.
Yeah, it'll be the first roll since it's not at an advantage or anything right now, so it's going to take the first roll, so 19 works.
Yay.
What were you saying, Fig?
Is Rador still here?
Rador. I believe he's in town. He was here briefly a day or so ago. He may stay. He does stay here at times, but he's. I haven't seen him today.
Oh, okay. We were hoping he would have more insight from his notes we gave back to him now that we've returned.
Oh, yeah. If he's in town, I'm sure he might still trickle in tonight, or you might see him tomorrow morning. I'm not sure.
Perhaps tomorrow then.
Perhaps. There's always tomorrow.
Well,
Go ahead.
I will go to bed now. Thank you for the tea.
Sounds delightful. Thank you for returning to us, and I'm glad you enjoyed the tea. Have a good night.
Thank you. I stand up, I pick up the nearest cat, and I take it with me.
Okay. Malvhor, while that's happening, go ahead and give me an investigation check. And so can you, Malek. Five and 11.
I have a +9. That means I rolled a 2.
It's oddly angled, and it is a small window, and it's very dirty. But you poke your head like around, just trying to sort of go up on your tiptoes and look around. And it is a small room. There's not a lot in here to see, and it looks pretty much what Dorsey was alluding to be some sort of latrine or loo of some sort. So, but you do notice that no one's in there.
I just knock on the window.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna...
No indication of movement or response.
And I'm just gonna mutter to myself then, I don't trust him.
Malek, you slip in past the curtain
into
the kitchen. And take a look around, and it is a kitchen. It's a bit of a tiled cobblestone-esque floor. There is a stove to your left, along with a large, what looks to be a water barrel. To your right is a sort of island with a cutting board and various spices and bowls and herbs, and shelves and sacks sort of line the other end that have various baked goods or other sorts of kitchenware that's needed to, keep up. But
remove DMs. Sorry. I thought you were done,
Okay.
so I was gonna...
I am not. I will bear that in mind when I make a roll for anything. I haven't made a roll all night. But you do notice immediately across that there is another curtained off section.
Just making sure that was for me, right?
Yeah, that was all you.
Cool. Very good. Very good. I keep moving to the next curtained off section.
Yeah, you slip in through there, and you notice a pretty much large pantry, shelves of other baked items, but sacks of flour, air drying herbs sort of hanging on like the walls and stuff, and there just appears to be another candelabra sitting there, but it is currently out. It was probably put there for for anyone who needs to look and have light at any given point.
But nothing standing out as suspicious in that room as of yet.
You can give me an investigation check in this room if you want to take a look.
That would be great.
More.
So I'm gonna run that one more time. Nothing impeding me whatsoever.
Nothing from what you can see, no.
Okay.
But you do hear at this point, well, have a good night, Fig. Well, if there's nothing else you need of me, then I best return to my duties. I have to clean up the kitchen a bit, especially the mess I made. So, Cirion, are you good on your own?
So after hearing
Excellent.
that...
Excellent.
Kev, you there?
Cirion just paced out of the table. I like to think he just fell asleep at the table.
Sleeping with his eyes open.
I've seen people do that. It's creepy.
But you do hear that, Malek, and as you do with a 17, you look around and you notice that there is a faint smoke coming off of the candelabra, implying that it was probably recently snuffed. And you see the smoke sort of going up, but getting pulled away in one direction towards the wall, unnaturally.
Do I hear Dorsey walking in my direction?
Yeah, you hear probably the footfalls begin to head this direction.
hide behind the sacks that are on the right there.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another stealth check as you're actually looking for a place to hide in place versus move along silently.
Me?
Natural 1, total of 5.
Ah, the son of a bitch.
Oh! This is gonna look terrible, but I meant to give you DM's inspiration when you joined us.
Ah!
That does look terrible.
This looks fucking terrible. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, man, if only he had inspiration. Oh, shit.
Wow.
So you can choose to re-roll that if you want. That was my
Yes.
fault.
Ah!
Okay, 6.
You know what?
6 is no better.
I feel
Not
like you
waste.
have you inspiration too, right? No, I think you do actually.
Yes.
I do.
I don't know. Someone else go through chat.
I'm going through chat really quickly. I thought somebody tossed a viewer inspiration. I might be wrong. You know what? I can just look in the.
Paul says he did.
Oh, you did? Oh, hey, look at that.
So that's just that you can roll a d4 and add to your
Okay.
roll then.
What was that? RD4?
Yeah.
Yeah. 1d4. Make sure you put the 1d4.
Another 1.
Oh my god.
7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you have like luck dice too? I don't know. I'm just making stuff up at this point.
Oh, I'm super lucky, let me tell you.
I don't see where.
Well, it happened. Let me
Yeah.
tell you.
I see
a difference
mine
between a
from-
6 and a
from Dap.
7 is nothing.
Eh.
A difference between a 6 and a 10 could have been something. So, at this point, probably doesn't matter. You hear the footfalls come down the hallway, and you hear the sound of the curtain getting pulled into the main kitchen area, but you are still in the pantry immediately. And at that time, Malvhor, I'm assuming unless you're not coming back immediately.
No, I'll come back. I thought I was being
Okay.
clever, but evidently I was wrong.
You do come back into the main foyer. You see Dorsey is gone, Fig is gone, Malek still hasn't returned.
Where's Cirion?
Cirion, to the best of my knowledge,
Is he asleep at the
is-
table? Is he asleep at the table?
Who's there?
Dorsey asked if you needed anything else, and you were just zoned out.
It's long for like a brief second. I apologize on that one.
So I just made a
Oh,
joke
I
that you
don't
fell
know.
asleep at the table.
Sirion's kind of like zoned, like, oh my god.
And I'm just like, Cirion.
Everything
Hey,
happened.
Cirion. You there?
Blah. Yeah.
You zoned out really hard. You're the only one here. Everyone left you. Do you remember everyone leaving you?
Oh shit! And then I'll go.
Where do you go? Just upstairs?
Oh, I'm gonna do like a cat zoomy, just kind of like all through the place.
Well, I have no loyalty to Melek, and I have no idea where he is. So, I guess if my friends went to bed finally, I will make my way upstairs to my room as well.
Okay. Then yeah, you can. Sounds like the 3 compatriots all turned in for the night then.
Yeah, unless
Fig's
somebody
already,
gives me a reason to wake up and help out.
Fig's already like out of her armor, half dressed, just conked out on the floor, having ripped all the sheets again off the bed and everything, forcing a
feel
cat
like-
to cuddle her.
Just like half
Malvhor.
the cats cuddling around you.
Malvhor's just gonna
Yeah.
sit in his room for a minute and just play his harp, just to just as like
Oh,
a
nice.
little nightcap.
Your new horn that I got you. Okay.
You want me to blow a horn in the middle of the night?
Yes.
No, wait till morning where it's just a.
Can you please for me?
No.
I will blow the horn in the morning as an alarm
God.
for you.
Hate this group.
Yeah,
I don't have to group
you
anymore.
only need to play it like just loud enough for Cirion to hear anyway, because you two are in the same room. So.
I feel like horns have one volume.
I was gonna say. Can you
That
play that
volume loud as
quietly?
fuck.
Yeah, but
Right by my
Alright,
ear,
so-
too.
I'm just gonna play my
So-
hype.
Figs went to bed. Malvhor went to bed. Cirion went to bed.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And we got
No.
a throat slit in the middle of the night, and that's
Be
it.
an
Melek.
enthralling episode.
Like,
They saw the guest character and said, "Fuck this."
the guest character is gone. He rolled high enough stealth. I have no idea where he was. I tried to follow him and be clever, but I rolled too low.
Yeah, he walked outside.
Yeah, because I thought
You can't follow him from outside.
because I thought he was going to the bathroom. Because he fooled even me. He fooled me. He fooled Dorsey. He's good at what he does.
Were you trying to sneak a peek?
No, I was gonna try to have a secret conversation with you without Dorsey around.
Ah, yes. Well, I do like to whisper sometimes.
I like to whisper too.
Crack a
So,
window, be like, "How you doing?"
Wow.
Yeah, that's what was gonna happen in my mind. We crack a window, have a secret conversation through the window, and then we get to know each other, and we're not so strange to each other.
What kind of notebook chapter is this?
But no, I'm going to bed. I have no idea what's going on with Melek. I assume he just...
Siri's in a fetal position, just listening to those two, just whispering sweet nothings, going, "Not okay."
I'm
Just got the,
out of character. I'm willing to help out, but I can't metagame.
you got Florence Welch
Yeah.
going through my ear now. Sweet nothing.
All right. Melek, you hear, unless you don't stay in there, you hear Dorsey come back into the kitchen, and several minutes are passing as you hear like him humming to himself, and just sort of you hear dishes clanking and like a broom of sorts brushing up the floor. The fire get doused.
Wait, did I
and
stealthify?
He's in a different room.
Oh, okay. Okay. good.
He's in here. You're in here.
Ah. No need for
So,
stealth
at the
if he's not in
moment-
the same room.
Yeah, if he comes in there might be a different story. But at the moment, he doesn't
All right.
physically see you. So if you choose to do something, you absolutely can.
No, right.
But minutes pass that he's like cleaning things up. You hear the curtain sort of move once more, and there's just a momentary pause. And you hear it close again. And then you hear the footfalls begin to move towards the pantry. And at the moment, he pulls open the curtain. Oh, well, oh my, what are you doing back here?
I pretend to button my pants back up. As if I was taking a piss back here.
He's gonna get kicked out.
Alright, give me a performance check.
Oh.
18.
Wow.
Got him. Oh, I'm sorry there, Sir Dorsey. I was just having a rough time there.
I had to mute myself.
Oh my
The
god.
funny thing is, Kevin, I could still hear you through some other microphone.
It's then you heard him through our vents.
This gosh.
Where did you? You were
I
back
want
here
that
for
sound.
30 minutes. What
Well,
are you?
you were telling me the bathroom was back here, and I was just making a
It was straight
decision.
back on second door on your right. You went through 2 doors on your left.
Apologies, I made an executive decision. That's all I did.
An executive decision. You probably made a mess, and I have to clean it up. This is a health hazard. I have
caught me at the
patrons out
beginning.
there.
You caught me at the beginning of the stream. I
The
promise.
beginning. You've been back here for 30 minutes, and you're just now starting.
I told you it took time to deliberate the executive decision.
Oh my! What is in that brandy? Oh my word!
What is that?
You can't be back here. This is no. Shoot! Go!
You haven't even told me where my room is, Dorsey. Good heavens, sir.
I also did that. Is upstairs, second door on your right. But if you don't know your rights from your left, I'm very concerned.
You might need to help me out. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, do I have to hold your hand up there?
Well, right now there's two of you, so I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my god, bastard. Fine, I will. I will. Just go through this door and go to the hallway. I will be right out as soon as I. Oh, I don't even want to think about it.
All right. I'll make my way out.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Just go out to the hallway. I'll be with you in a minute.
Fuck, you can't.
You're gonna be one of the people who had disappeared. Dulcie's gonna kill you.
Hey, Dulcie. It's okay. It's all right.
Oh.
Oh, I'm missing the meeting for this. Okay. All right. Come on, Melek, was it?
Indeed, you got it right. Well done, Dorsey.
Oh, wonderful. Just come with me, and I'll show you to your room.
Perfect.
He leads you back out into the foyer and up the stairs. You pass a intricate painting portrait of a woman of royalty who appears to be holding a cat. And you continue down the hallway and pass a few doors and get to...
Would I have noticed anything about that portrait?
Yes. Here we go.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
I would say, considering your background in knowledge, that you have a very good understanding of who that portrait is.
And we'll leave it at that. I got you.
Yeah. He brings you down to the second door on the right and just sort of push opens the doors. It's like one of those double or swinging doors that opens in both directions and it does not lock. There's no mechanism for it at all. He just sort of pushes it open. There's a small trough tub inside that is currently empty because Dorothy has had zero time to prep that bath, but there is a bed there. I think it is best right now that if you just go sleep this one off and we can reassess everything in the morning and perhaps a morning bath will help wake you up. I don't think
I can
right
always
now is
set the bath myself.
No, the water comes from the kitchen and it has to be heated properly. I don't think that is something we should have you be doing in your current state.
Tempting to?
I don't. You were no. And just for the record, just none of the cats in here are for that either. So.
Oh my god.
Okay. Is there anything else before the kitchen closes for the night and I can put this nightmare behind me?
No, you are a real sport, I got to tell you.
Oh, good. Well, I look forward to seeing you in the morning and hopefully in more mild manners.
Yes.
Well, enjoy your evening, Melek, and I have a good night.
I'm just waiting for him to be like, by Morgoth or something like that, or just. He did say something that I caught, but I wasn't there to hear it in character, so. Well, if nothing else happens, I'm sleeping.
So, I will stay awake.
Okay. Is there anything you wish to do in that time period while you're
in this particular time? Is there would there be anything? I'm not sure if it'd be a history check or not, but in my observations, would there be a sort of a lights out period that I would recognize?
In your observations, there isn't a hard line for it. There hasn't been too many patrons here where you can dutifully observe that. It gets about midnight and everything sort of like closes down. Candles either snuffed out for the most part, so like around the midnight hour.
Okay. Do I have any fun little objects outside the door, or any objects in my pocket that you would recommend me to be able to have at this particular time? like a bauble of some kind.
Oh, you probably have a few things in your bag that are just odds and ends that you've acquired in your travels. As far as outside the door, there's not really a whole lot. There might be like a potted plant or something, but nothing like small.
Okay. Let me see. One moment.
Jake is also very new to Roll20, so.
Yes. I was gonna say that I wait until kind of that after midnight period, because I'm assuming that's what we're all kind of doing, correct? I don't want to speak for everybody.
Everyone else pretty much conked out. They're turning in. They're
No
asleep,
one
so
has
you're the only
no one has
awake.
talked to me about a midnight heist of anything, and my game plan was to sleep till morning. But I mean, anyone's more than welcome to come wake me up, because it's not like the doors are locked.
Do I know if Dorsey lives here or not?
You've never seen him really leave other than to potentially run errands. You probably gathered that he pretty much lives here for the most part and is just the proprietor of the whole building.
I move to walk out the door. And then go downstairs, and after I pass each of their doors, I do a small fingernail scratch, just enough to see if they might hear it, in hopes that they do. And I make my way down the steps.
Is anyone awake?
I mean,
around midnight.
It really. I mean,
I'm just asking. I'm not saying you're supposed to be. It's more or less, would your character be up at this point?
No. Malvhor would not. He is an older man. He's got to go to bed early to get those old man hour sleeps.
It depends when I walked up at first, but Cirion probably right about now would be like, I would say a deep sleep, but he'd be fast asleep.
I will say, depending on how much time has passed, Fig might just barely be finally falling asleep now, because the reason why it's already been known that she's had a lot on her mind and everything, and the reason why she got tea was to help wind down the brain to be able to sleep. But so because of that, I didn't anticipate her falling asleep right away. So if it's been like a half hour, then she's probably just finally starting to fall asleep, but would then likely be awake enough to hear that, just based on her upbringing in the forest of hearing sounds throughout the night.
That actually makes sense. That if any of us here at Fig would.
Yeah.
So you, Fig, if you're probably like drifting at this point. And
yes, that's
you hear, yeah, you hear initially a slight scratch, but you hear it almost sort of reverberate to a point and almost vibrate around in your area and almost echo off a bit. It actually starts off as a small scratch and actually loudens to the point where it actually fully jolts you.
Yeah, she's gonna jolt upright in a sitting position from that. I'm sure there was a cat sleeping on her chest, so that cat flew out. And then she's going to quickly dart her eyes around for any immediate danger. And if there's nothing...
There's nothing immediately in your room.
Okay, and then if there's nothing, she's going to quickly dress herself and then kind of peek out the door.
Just for my own clarification, when we say quickly dress yourself, are you taking your time to put on all your armor, or are you walking out?
I said she had her armor off, and I said she was half dressed. So if anything, let's just say she's putting pants on.
Okay.
AC class 5.
pants and grabs her
Like,
shield
she
and
had-
axe, basically.
Yeah, she had a shirt on,
Okay.
and then she was like, ugh, and then put
No.
pants on, and then, yeah, probably grabbed just her axe.
Then that is something to keep in mind for AC, because you are not wearing your armor, you only have your shield.
That's nice.
Okay.
I didn't want to answer that honestly, but you know.
Hey, I'm just saying, because taking the time to put on the armor, that's time you're sitting there, so I just want to clarify.
No.
Not saying you can't.
She literally put pants on and then ducked out.
Okay. You come to the door and you see Melek pretty much about down the hall a ways, sitting like at the top of the stairs. As you open your door.
Facing my way or looking down?
I'll leave that up to Melek.
I turn to the door that just opened, knowing that it was Fig's door, and just kind of go, give a wink, and I just start walking down the steps. Quietly as I can.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Is he in a rush?
No.
He's moving quietly. He doesn't seem to be rushing. He's moving slowly. 12. What you doing, Fig?
I will start to slowly follow. Can I peek back at the door that I know my companions are at? Do they seem to be stirring too, or no?
They don't seem to be. The door's not moving. You don't hear any other noise.
I will keep that in mind.
Okay. Alright, so you move to follow Melek?
Quietly.
Stealth
Slowly.
check.
Ba, 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 ba.
Whoa,
I
this is important.
have viewer inspiration. Wow, at least it's 2 digits.
Yeah, 10. 10 and 12. Alright. Melek, what are you doing?
Where are we positioned so far in your mind?
Sorry, you're probably moving down this way and coming to the foyer area here.
Just realized I have the soundboard muted. Hold on.
It hasn't been
Let's have
exciting music.
No, but I've been having fun. So let me just get back. Sorry. I'm sorry, you said I was where?
You're moving down the stairs on the left and coming to like the main foyer.
I continue to make my way. The lights are dim in this establishment now, probably like a single candle in the room.
I'd say there's like a single candle on that front desk, but for the most part, there's no light.
Okay. I continue to make my way towards the curtain specified before, as I know there was some sneaky stuff going about with that moving smoke.
Okay.
So I go in that direction.
You following him the whole way, Fit? You're muted.
I am muted. I'm gonna try to, like, wave and get his attention real quick.
I hear the shuffle, I would assume.
Sure.
Turn to her and try to decipher maybe what she's trying to insinuate.
Are we supposed to have the others with us, or what are you doing?
I shrug and nod and just give another wink.
Then I'm going to briskly turn around, just like a swift...
Briskly. Bonk, 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 bonk.
Right, not briskly. Sorry, that was not the right word. It's just gonna be like a... and just a... whoop, and then just quietly go back up, and I want to give a very small, like, little rap on their door. And if nothing happens, I will have a next action to take.
I mean,
okay.
You can just wake us up. I'm not gonna make it hard to wake Malvhor up. If that's what you're trying to do, like, it's easy. You can wake me up. I'm not like in an unnaturally deep sleep.
Right, okay. I wanted to start with the door, though. Does anything happen with the door?
If you're lightly rapping and they're in a deep sleep, no.
Then I'm gonna open this door quietly and in a way where if it does squeak, I want it to make it sound like a cat is entering.
Okay.
Because the door isn't locked and the...
Yeah, I understand that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So I want to make it like a cat's just waltzing in the middle of the night because it's a cat.
Yeah,
And
okay.
then I'm going to look at Cirion and Malvhor and just, oh my god, I don't know, just rip the blankets off of them.
Okay.
That'll definitely wake Malvhor up.
Seriously, look like, what the hell?
Actually, Malvhor will probably half wake up, and his first reaction will be to try to take the blankets back and just be like, Cirion, you're taking my blankets again.
No,
It's
me.
cold. Oh.
Up, now.
What time is it?
It doesn't matter.
Kinda does.
Okay, I said no shenanigans, but here we go.
Melek is on the move and wants us to follow.
But he's a cool guy and everything, but sleep.
Does
Then
he not?
stay if you want. Then I'm gonna turn around and leave.
Oh, fuck.
So
I'm gonna follow.
Cirion hangs his head for a second and goes, Mom's mad. All right.
I
I
grab.
am not the mom of the group this time.
I'm trying to be the mom of the group, but you guys aren't listening to me, so I guess I'm gonna have to ground you. I grab my shield and weapons at least, but I mean, I don't sleep in my armor.
Yeah. So I
rolling around naked.
left as they were getting ready, so I'm just coming back to turn the corner to see Melek again if he's still there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sam indeed. Just sort of sitting there cross-armed, standing there cross-armed.
So Fellowship 3 have their weapons, and those that have shields have their shields, but otherwise no armor.
No, I don't have my shield. I strictly said axe only.
Oh, okay.
I brought my shield because I'm a little bitch, and if I get stabbed too hard, I'm gonna die.
I just grabbed my sword and dagger because they're kind of like a combined pair.
Okay. Well, Melek is waiting for you as you peek back around, Fig.
The men are coming.
Yeah, I'm just gonna follow Fig, and I'm gonna see where this leads. What are we doing here? It's like, what, 1 a.m.? I should be asleep.
Are they all by me down at the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay. Did they? No, never mind. That'd be nice. And then we'll keep walking to the where I saw the candelabra as quietly as we can. I'm assuming that stealth check holds.
Yeah, yours is hold. If everyone else is moving quietly, those that haven't given one can go ahead and give stealth checks.
Let's bring that average down, baby.
We got 12 and 10 so far.
Bring that average down, baby.
20. What's up?
Let's see if that
Stealthy fellow.
Okay.
It's a nice average. I'll take it.
Okay. You follow Melek through the kitchen and back into the pantry where you, Melek, originally found some odd behavior.
And then, is there any lights on within this room?
No, there's no lights.
Okay, but I still see that candelabra?
Yes. Actually, no, sorry, it's gone. It's not there. I apologize.
Is there anything I can light on fire?
I mean, there's sacks, like...
Better yet, are
pretty
those
much.
sacks flowers?
Yes.
I open my I open one of those sacks, pull a handful of the flour, give him a and then I go to the room and then try to see if I can follow the powder anywhere.
I am waiting to see like lasers and shit just come about and then start just flipping through them.
So the flower sort of dissipates out of his hand gently, and there's a slight cloud. And it is dark in here, and it's a little hard to see, but you can make out pretty much the most of it. The flower begins to like fall back down to the ground gently, but at a certain point, you see it just sort of get pulled towards the wall.
And then I move to the. Is it parsed out? Is there like sections of wall? Like meaning?
Yeah,
is
it looks like it's
things? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I go to that wall and I'd like to attempt an investigation check to see if there's some sort of switch.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check. I'll say you have advantage because you've observed some oddity here and or proved it out twice. Essentially, 25. Really didn't need the investigation or the advantage on that first roll. But you do see in that section, as you get closer and you see the flower sort of getting pushed against the wall, you feel a very slight cold gust of air coming through. That just seems like a temperature change, and there's a slight seam running down the wall.
I just give it a push, a light push.
You run your fingers along the seam briefly, and you get to like about a third from the base of the floor, and you sort of push with two hands right there, and it sort of gives a little bit, and then sort of shifts as it grinds against the stone and moves sort of to the right and to the side, revealing a staircase going below.
Is it completely dark?
It begins to dissipate real quickly from where you can tell. You can't tell if light opens up further down. You can't even tell how far down this might go.
Understood. Anyone got a light?
Malvhor
Not us.
is going to go back out to the lobby and grab the unattended lit candle in the lobby that threatens to burn down the whole inn and bring that with us. You're muted.
Okay.
I just realized as I was talking. I do have a torch with me.
That might be too big.
All right. Candle it is.
Yeah, Malvhor comes back in with the lit candle from the lobby and says, "Well, I guess we're doing this." Somebody who's not me go first.
I take the candle and walk forward.
I'll be right behind him.
Okay. Excuse me. You follow Melek down the stairs that initially start out. Sorry. Something stuck.
Gotta get it out.
Start out as wood. What?
I'm going to bring up the rear and just keep my eyes and ears out behind us, just in case anyone starts to follow us.
I'm gonna have my dagger drawn in the reverse grip position.
Did you say you were at the rear, Matt?
Yeah, I was just gonna be lookout unless you want to be lookout. It is dark, so lookout might be better for you.
I was going to offer to be at the rear, but I don't care if you wanted to do that instead. I just wanted to double check that's what I heard from you.
That is what I said. But if you want to be lookout at the rear, that might be better. And I'll just... Fig, just bring up the rear. You've got eyes that work in the dark.
Understood.
Just make sure no one surprises us from behind.
Yes. Cats and all.
Okay. So Melek's leading you all down the stairs that for the first few feet look like well-constructed sort of wood-paneled stairs, and then slowly sort of transition to carved away dirt, more tunnel-like than sort of stairwell. And the light sort of reflecting off from the candle shows that the carved out is pretty small. Fig, you especially in your height is a little cramped, but can still traverse fairly easily. And as you get further down, you get to a soft landing where you see a light coming from down whatever hallway you might be in that's sort of bouncing off of a wall. Can't quite make out where it's coming from. But as you're walking through, you sort of begin to notice, following Melek, that his clothing and attire begin to shift a bit. And the hood begins to slightly fall back and take a form of like just a run-of-the-mill sort of like cloth, but wrapped in a leather armor of sorts. And the sword and dagger remain attached to his hip, but as he also moves forward with the candle, the hood disappearing, you see the hair begin to shift into this blackish gray swept back hair, and the skin begins to tan up a bit, and he turns and looks at you with the light sort of reflecting. You now see a bearded face of somebody that looks entirely different than what you did before, but now a very recognizable face as Moore.
What?
And that's what.
Wait!
What?
What? I'm so confused.
Good.
My brain. What? Wait!
What?
I have an idea.
Talk about a twist.
No, I'm keeping that to myself. I have so many questions.
But you've been led to beneath the parlor, and now in some tunnel structure that sits beneath. Light is now coming down here, and now this mysterious individual, now somewhat familiar to you, probably begs more questions than you have answers at this moment, but we will pick up next week and see where this goes.
Ah, damn.
Jake will be playing the role of Moore from here, a character that was in passing, but he will be guest starring as Moore, the merchant. So we'll see what that's all about.
Oh, I have so many questions.
Been sitting in Pelargir for a while now.
I
Y'all
literally
got stuck.
My mind has frozen right now. Like
we bought stuff from Moore.
You did. Yep,
did.
One might say some nice things you got from Moore.
I think we got food.
some oddities.
Would you say we got more than we bargained for?
Indeed.
No, I
Well,
wouldn't say that at all.
I'm sorry to say that Cirion has died.
Exactly what you bargained for.
R.I.P. Cirion.
Oh my god.
So, we'll pick up next week. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Jake, for joining us as well. So happy to have you along.
Thanks for having me.
I'm real curious to where you take this character. But that's all for us tonight. We'll be back next week. Our stream schedule is the same. Until then, Have a good night. Stay proficient, everybody.
Bye.